connecting you to our community, 11 Connects. Welcome to 11 Connects. I'm your host, Jen Lennon. Today I'm joined by Levi Heydrich, owner of Heydrich's Colorado Tree Farm and Nursery, and we're here.
We're at the nursery again.
I always love coming out here, seeing everything that's going on. So we are in October, Levi. What do we need to know about watering? Is it time to start tapering off? Give us some advice.
It is. So as the trees are getting ready to shut down, they're starting to shut down depending on when we get our first freeze, the nighttime temps, amount of daylight, stuff like that. We don't want to keep things lush. If you get things too wet and if we stay warm and it encourages growth, and you can get a tree or a plant to start growing again, and we get a hard freeze, that's really hard on them. So we want the trees to go dormant and shut down. So the leaves will start to change here in the next few weeks. You may already have leaves changing, especially if you have like a hackberry or a tree that goes dormant earlier. But we don't want to force it. So you really want to back off on that water. Don't keep things too lush. I guess the one exception is if you just planted something for a couple weeks, give it plenty of water.
But nature knows what to do. Trees know how to
prepare.
Right,
nature knows what to do, and the trees will go. I mean, even in late August, we start seeing trees change. So October is is when most of the trees will do their fall, their leaf drop. So that's normal for this time of year.
Okay. What about other things, though? Shrubs and other things like that? Still a little bit of water?
Right, a little bit of water. You want to soak stuff good going into the winter.
Okay.
But again, you want to back off. If you've got automatic irrigation systems, really start to back them off a little bit. You should be thinking about winterizing those as well.
Okay, and let's talk about that. Yeah.
Yep.
How do we winterize? What do we need to do for our trees, for example?
So trees and shrubs, again, just really back off on the water is the main thing.
And do we wrap them in anything?
Your deciduous trees, so trees like maples, honey locusts, things that have thin bark when they're young, we sell a wrap. It's called tree wrap, and it protects the bark from sun scald through the winter. 2014, we had a late freeze or a freeze in November that really damaged plants from that. But it's pretty common in Colorado, and what it causes is the southwest side of the tree gets the direct sunlight during the day, but it still gets just as cold at night. So that freeze and that freeze thaw, that temperature fluctuation can actually damage the cells and cause splits and cracks. If you wrap these young trees, it still can happen, but it really protects them. It really eliminates a lot of the risk with the sun scald.
And in terms of trimming back, if part of the tree has died, is now a good time to trim your trees?
If you can tell if there's dead wood, yes, cut them back. Otherwise, we'll do a lot of pruning in the winter or early spring. We recommend you don't cut back your shrubs and perennials and grasses quite yet. They generally do better if you leave the foliage on. It also looks good for the fall season, the harvest season, and Thanksgiving. But leave the foliage on. It'll catch more snow if we get some snow. It'll pile up around there and supply more water. But the plants just do better if you cut them back in the spring versus the late fall.
And with the trees, be careful getting high. You might want to call an arborist if it's pretty big.
Right. And there's that reminds me too. Now's a great time to do your deep root fertilization on your trees. If you call the nursery, we'd be happy to recommend. We have 3 or 4 arborists that we work with in town to recommend it. Come out and give you the right kind of fertilizer for those trees to give them some energy for next spring.
Got it. And they're the experts in those
They
trees.
are.
And now let's talk about what's coming up for fall, though, because of course you carry all kinds of trees and things like that, but you have some specialty items for October.
We do. We'll start getting our pumpkins and our straw hay bales in here any day now. So come out and see us for that. Pretty soon, 6 weeks, be Christmas tree season. So you can check our website out and see what we're going to be doing for Christmas. We've got a lot of Christmas trees ordered and coming as well.
Fantastic. And pumpkins, do you do a pumpkin patch? Is it all sizes?
We do. So it's just, we do one price for everything, and it just varies on size, and we'll bring them in. They're all Colorado grown. So come and pick them out. We'll have them displayed up front with all our fall color mums and things like that, and our fall perennials and whatnot.
Fantastic. And just so people know, can you remind us, because a lot of people think you might close down because you're a nursery, but you don't. You're open all the time. Where do we find you in your times?
Website's going to have current hours on it. That's coloradotreefarmnursery.com. Phone number is 598-8733 or swing by. We do adjust hours depending on the season, so just check the website. I update that if we do it, but we're open all but 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's.
Fantastic. And if folks really have any questions, I know you're always open to phone calls, emails, but pictures or samples really help.
If you're coming in about something that doesn't look right, or you want to plant something and you're not sure, bring us pictures, let us know where you live. It really makes it a lot easier to give you good advice.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for the advice on what to do for October. We really appreciate it.
You bet.
Thanks for joining me. I'm your host, Jen Lennon.